Thank you so much again for joining us. If you weren't able to see our video from last time, I am joined by Allison Beardsley, the founder of Red Light Gym. Today, we're just going to kind of talk about a couple of things about the system. And I wanted to go ahead and ask you, Allison, briefly about your importance that you kind of sought out about the FDA clearance, specifically with the Contour Light device, and how you've centered that specifically around your new business with Red Light Gym.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did a ton of research before launching Red Light Gym Concept, which will be my second fitness franchise baby. And I learned a lot with my first franchise business, which was Club Pilates, about the legality of when doing a franchise system. You have to file in every state. It's a whole federal document, and it's intense. You have to audit yourself every year. So I know the importance of not building your business on a sandy foundation, but building it on a rock or a solid foundation. So for
Absolutely.
me, as I was doing the research, I learned a ton about different products, and I was super shocked to find out that Contour Light is currently the only system that is FDA cleared. It's a class 2 medical device. And so what that means when you have an FDA clearance or a 510K OLI is that you can make a claim for a specific thing. So you could say, hey, this is proven for inches lost, reduced pain, and increased blood flow and circulation. So I can legally advertise that on my website. I can tell my clients that's what they're going to expect. If you don't have a 510K OLI through the FDA, you legally can't do anything. And if you like, as far as advertising goes, even testimonials, and it's very clear, I called both the FDA and I hired an FDA attorney to make sure there weren't any loopholes, because obviously as an entrepreneur, I know you can always find a little workaround. But what I discovered after my my very expensive FDA attorney process, and that was the most, I've had franchise attorneys and dozens of kinds of attorneys, and the medical device FDA attorneys are by far the most costly attorneys I've worked with, but definitely need to have a 510K OLI if you're going to advertise at all, make any kind of claims. Otherwise, you're just doing a red light body wrap device. You can't legally say that. And if you do, you'd be violating two federal you'd be violating the Federal Trade Commission for deceptive advertising, as well as the FDA. So you can be taken out of business by multiple federal agencies. And so as an entrepreneur and someone who tries to maintain the integrity of the business and build my business on a rock foundation and not shifting sands,
Right.
cutting corners on something as important as the federal government and violations in your advertising and marketing and deceptive advertising, I just don't even want to touch that. And I couldn't ethically sell a franchise to somebody or help another person, because then imagine if I'm franchising and I'm selling my business model on a sandy foundation, and we're using illegal methods and forms of marketing and advertising. So even client testimonials is illegal, and people will still do this, and then they'll put a disclaimer at the bottom of their website. And we don't have a disclaimer on our website, which is awesome, because we are using the only red light wrap system that is proven and cleared by the FDA. And also they've done testing and studies, and it's just proven. So it's a lot easier to sell. We use this as a marketing aspect, and we tell our members, like, this isn't like something you buy on Amazon for $189. So this is actually a medical grade device. Yeah, it's the cost of a vehicle, one of these devices. So that's why they're typically expensive treatments. It's not a sham or a scam or something. It's the real deal, you guys. So
Awesome. And as far as like when you get new clients in to your business, would you say that kind of pitching the FDA clearance is kind of a part of your overall, I guess your overall pitch and sale of the device itself, or the
yeah. Oh,
content
yeah,
device?
definitely. Because when you're offering a product or a service that includes the use of a product, you want to use the best product. You don't want to cut corners and use something that's watered down or generic. So we definitely boast on our website and with our clients that this is actually a class 2 medical device. A class 2 device is not life or death. And so it's not, obviously these red light wraps are not the same thing as having a pacemaker implanted in your heart. So they're different. And so that's why it's called an FDA clearance, not FDA approval. So an FDA approval is like for a drug or for something that could be life or death. like a surgery, like a pacemaker. So that's the
Right.
difference between FDA clearance for our listeners and FDA approval. So that's where it's really important if you're going to be making claims, that you can back it with science and data and the actual the stamp of approval. So we live in that kind of a society, regardless of what people think of the FDA. We live in that society, and we need to follow the federal laws, especially. So
Yeah, absolutely. When clients are looking for above and beyond results, they're gonna rely on people like you to do above and beyond research to find, a company like Contour Light Devices. So
yeah,
that's all. You've certainly done your research, so that's awesome.
we're super happy, and we've had amazing results also with our clients.